guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching X-Men97. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 5 of X-Men97. After that last episode, I'm super excited to get into this one. The last one gave me all the feels and the nostalgia, and it was a very, I don't want to make it about this, but it was a very female-based episode, a little bit about female empowerment, and it was so amazing being able to see an older Jubilee and kind of like a younger Jubilee that's still kind of finding her maturity a little bit, you know, kind of getting miffed that she can't have a birthday party. She should have a birthday party. You can have a birthday party if you're 80. But, you know, was not happy that Magneto just wanted to train. And, you know, getting sucked into Mojo's game was definitely to her benefit, being able to meet older Jubilee, someone who has mastered her powers, someone who is very comfortable being her. And it was so great to see an older Jubilee. I can't tell you enough. Because if Jubilee is turning 18 in 1997, that means that she was probably born in 1979. I'm a 1980s baby, so definitely, I was living a teenage timeline through her, all the 16-bit games, and I was thinking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and really the one that I thought of afterwards, and I texted Nathanael and I was like, I was thinking of Contra, that's what it was. I could not come up with Contra in the middle of my thought process, but I absolutely loved that game when I was younger, and a lot of the graphics, it was just taking me back, and you know, it was old stuff and then new stuff, and it was beautiful stuff. But then I think my favorite part was seeing an older Jubilee, someone who's come into her own and has really honed her power, and she's super powerful and wants to help younger Jubilee, and they're like, go team, and you know, high five and whatever it is. I really loved that, and I'm not that I'm hoping for more, but I wouldn't mind a whole, you know, a whole future series of hey, it's, you know, current times, or, you know, 2050 or something like that, you know. I'll settle for what we got. I was very excited. It was very nostalgic. Her Hot Topic reference made me laugh. There was a lot there that made me a happy little girl. And then, you know, she was kind of pitching a fit at the beginning of the episode, and then at the end of her arc of the episode, she and Roberto end up getting it on. You know, she's powerful and he's powerful, so sparks will fly. Oh, teenagers. Gross. Anyway, we also had Storm, or Aurora. The one thing that keeps hitting me with Storm is not only the loss of her powers, but how much it has to hurt letting go of a specific identity of who you think you are and who you've always been, and you know, it's not just being able to be powerful, but it's feeling powerless, because now you have to start over. You don't know who you are anymore without this thing that's been taken away, or this thing that you've wrapped your entire identity around. She's stripped naked. She's bare. And the only thing that I could really think about was maybe empty nest syndrome, where you know, you've had 20-30 years of your life where you are a mom and you're a caretaker, and then all of a sudden no kids, and then you're kind of just left there going, wait, that's who I've been for all this time, and what do I do now? And it's kind of that's who she's been this whole time. What does she do now? Well, her meeting Forge, who I don't really remember. Gosh, I don't remember a lot from 1997, and to recall X-Men stuff from 1997. Good luck. But him falling in love with her and declaring that, but after the realization that he helped create the tech that took her powers away. Oh, you know what? I don't blame her. I don't blame her for being mad. I don't blame her for feeling just absolutely gobsmacked by that, and her running away, but then the adversary bringing her back. And I don't know who the adversary is, and I don't know what exactly, why the adversary looks like an owl or a hawk. I thought it was an owl. That might be too much Avatar in my brain, but it looked like an owl, and I don't know what kind of trial she has to go through. But what I do think is that Forge is definitely going to try whatever he can to get her powers back so he can reverse whatever it is that's happened to her. I don't think that we continue this story with Storm if at some point we don't plan on giving her powers back. I don't think that, you know, we could have just had her right off into the sunset and she's done. And I think a lot of people would have been really upset that, like, we took a powerful character like Storm and took her powers away and then was just like, see ya. So I think carrying along with it, it is going to end up with her getting her powers back. And I'm really excited to see how that happens and what that looks like, because I do think Forge is a key. And I don't know if... like a lot of the anger from everything that has been going on with her, if that bubbles up and she is more than just an Omega level threat, if she is like full on nuclear, oh my gosh, we have to worry about her like resetting the universe. I don't even know, but I'm really looking forward to that. So I don't know if we're gonna get into that in this next episode. If we started off with that and we kept going, that'd be great. Storm is like one of those characters that I've like always just really appreciated and loved, but I don't think I really appreciated and loved her enough until she no longer had her powers. And I was like, wow, she was so important to our team. Wow. Like she was kind of like the mom of the group. And like she is so much more than just the lady that creates like wind and, you know, tornadoes when we need them, or rainstorms when we need to put out fires, or, you know, electricity when we want to, like, you know, shock a toad. But I think until we had an absence of her, did we feel that loss. I don't know if we're going to get any more about, what is the name of the clone of Jean? She said it at the end, and then I'm sure, because I don't think anyone's even watched episode 3 yet on Patreon, and it's been a couple weeks since I watched that episode, that they're just going to be like, how do you not know who that is? I just don't remember those things. And it's been such a long time. To keep up with Marvel content is like to keep up with Star Wars content. There's so much of it for me to know I wish I was like Eric over at Blind Wave and how he remembers shit, because, man, I can barely remember what day to put my bins out for trash pickup. So for me to remember characters that I watched as a teenager in an animated series, and I very much had ADHD then as much as I have ADHD now, and there was no locking that in unless I was emotionally damaged by it. So yeah, I don't remember. But we need more stories from that, because I would imagine that the actual Jean would be upset with Scott for not realizing it's her, or, you know, like, I don't know where we go from there, because giving Nathan to Bishop to take into the future, obviously we know that becomes Cable, but like what the fallout is of that. And of course Magneto and Rogue and the Gambit situation, you know, I don't think that Rogue would just like straight up cheat on Gambit, but I do think that she's enticed to maybe spend more time with Magneto because of the ability of them being able to actually have physical contact with each other. And then of course there's Wolverine, who's just Wolverine. I don't know how he's going to handle the new Jean, especially Jean looking that deeply down into him and seeing how he feels about her. Again, I hate that love triangle so much. I wish it would just die all of a sudden, or just find somebody better than Jean. I don't know how you find somebody better than Jean, but Logan needs to find himself somebody that, you know, is not Jean, and just get the F over it, because I hate that love triangle. I'm not a fan of a triangle, period. So, okay, guys, I think I've taken up enough time. It's about 9 minutes in here. So what I'm going to do is get into this next episode. I don't know what it's going to hold for us. If we're going to get an adversary, if we're going to get more video game content. If not, I'm not going to cry about it. If we get some new baddie, because I wasn't expecting Mojo, and I don't know if Sinister's coming back anytime soon. I just want all the drama and the tea. Like, this is like an animated soap opera for me. I want to know all the tea. So, guys, with that being said, let's get into it.
Jean. Call me Madeline Pryor.
Madeline Pryor. I know there's so many people that must have slapped their forehead when I was like, that sounds familiar. Got Awesome beginning. Back. I liked the one from last episode, but I love the OG one. Oh. Did I just see Cable in Apocalypse? I know things change in this. Oh. Things change in this all the time, but like I don't know if I kept track of the last one.
We prefer to see it as a world that misunderstands us.
Remember
Fortunately,
it.
helping us build those bridges is a journalist as esteemed as yourself.
Well, I am just as flattered to be sitting with a renowned scientist such as yourself.
I know. I love
Blue
I love
blushes
Hank.
too, my dear.
Not like regular boring classes. More hands-on learning, you know? But with big death machines and vampire dinosaurs.
Oh, easy. Easy.
Xavier's school is the only home they've ever known. People who have fallen through the cracks, desperate to belong.
Mhm.
But that sense
It's a
of
great
belonging
story.
goes worldwide today, as the UN formally admits the mutant nation of Genosha.
Yay!
This is taking forever.
Please remember that should the new Blackbird suffer a malfunction, you are the only soul on board for whom gravity would most certainly be an issue.
Can it, you roosters?
Oh, jeez. Hopefully that's not a foreshadow. Nice statues, nice vibe. I want to go to Genosha. Fun. Imagine going somewhere where you could just be yourself.
My friends! Well, would you look at you, girl? A lot of smiles at the mansion when we heard Madeline Pryor scored a top spot among Genosha's brass.
The interim council wanted an X-Man. Luckily, you guys could spare a Jean.
Hush, madame. Two always better than one,
Aww.
and far better than three. Most times.
Oh, well, that's a deep cut, I think.
Magneto, the interim council would love a word with you before tonight's gala.
So where the heck does that leave us?
Oh, jeez. Scared the shit out of me.
Kurt Wagner, how the heck are you, furball?
Oh,
Meine Freunde! We shall play tourist as the council speaks with Magneto.
Bert joined the council to help work with Genosha's various communities of faith.
The things to see.
I love him.
We have much to discuss since our gothic adventure amid the Alps. Come.
What was that? What was the adventure in the Alps? I want to know. You guys know. Tell me.
Daddy's charging pretty high rent.
Ignore him. Fly can't help but ruin honey.
Or maybe Gambit's willing to ask questions no one else will.
Fair enough, actually.
Why is Magneto suddenly mutant MVP?
It's a good question. Tinged with maybe a little bit of jealousy on his part. Maybe a little bit of an insecurity there. Dope! I love it! Oh, wait. Is that Dazzler?
A man named Gambit. Your poker face is very poor.
Hey, mind your beeswax, furball. Didn't go ringing for no priest.
It does not take a priest to see you and Rogue's souls touch in every gaze.
Aww.
Ain't the touch she be looking for.
You Americans, so theatrical. Life is violins and close-ups. I blame soap operas.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Scoundrels like me, we don't get no white picket reward. We too busy for love, too busy sinning.
There is no love without sin. For love is best measured in what we forgive.
Oh. Go put a ring on it!
You're skipping the questions, too.
Hard to interview someone who can't tell which parts of her memories belong to her and which parts belong to her clone.
Yeah, fair enough.
I remember so many things. So many with Scott.
The two lovebirds still ain't talking.
He's grieving his son.
Yeah.
Although the way he's avoiding me recalls a time. We were in Nevada. I had just acquired the power of a cosmic entity.
The Phoenix.
Oh, right. You were there.
And then she takes off my ruby glasses, which hold back my powers, and nothing happened. Jean was using the power of the Phoenix to block my optic blasts, and we could see each other's eyes.
They anchored me. His eyes made me stay. Now,
I know all about drowning in memories.
Best to look
Yeah.
up and keep paddling, because the past'll yank you under if you don't.
Very good
Bet
advice.
how many sunrises your eyes have seen.
The only ever seen one of you, Red. Just the one.
Whoa.
Logan, I'm...
You're Jean Grey. He's Scott Summers. Those are the rules. You just forgot him. Enough said. Now go talk to that overgrown Boy Scout.
Oh, that was a moment I didn't expect.
I came here today to give the X-Men a chance to show the world that mutants are just like us. And you lie. Why lie?
Say he's dead.
Because you're normal.
Excuse me.
I said because you're normal. You're ungrateful. We fight, risk our lives
Watch it,
for
Scott, watch
evil
it.
mutants, robots, crazy aliens. I gave him up because you can't say thank you. Because I have to stomach your questions and prove that I'm a person.
Oh, Scott.
I lie because the truth is we're nothing like you. Thank God, because it's the only reason you people are still alive.
What a great sight of Cyclops. I mean, I don't want it to happen again, at least not on TV.
This concerns me and my X-Men. How?
We need a handsome jawline that begs trust and respect.
Emma. Frost?
Careful, Miss Frost.
Yep.
Don't go filling this man's head with such notions.
You eclectic allotment of social climbers wish for me to rule Genosha.
One could argue that none of us would be here today were it not for you and your publicity stunt.
Interesting, they want him to run things.
I may not be Jean Grey, but I know what the professor would say if he was here. Time to dream bigger.
Yeah.
You shall have me. On one condition.
Oh, what's the condition?
I ought to knock you from here to the North Pole. You think making me your queen means we're getting back together?
It is a political calculation, Rogue. Me, mutant kind's fiercest defender, and you, an X-Man whose touch allows her to feel anyone's pain. A true
Vile.
leader, an empathetic one.
Manipulation. My goodness.
You take me for a fool, acting like this is all about you and the professor.
I won't deny my passion for you. As with Gambit, loving you makes broken men whole, so that even as you deny us, our heartache is not in vain.
Oof.
We would be lucky to have you. Lead.
I mean, she would be a great leader.
I can't believe I lost it like that.
Oh, Scott, anger is normal, even for mutants. Sometimes you just have to let go.
There are some things worth holding on to.
Describe him to me. Describe Nathan.
Oh, that might hurt him.
I see these big brown eyes and this wild rust-colored hair. It reminds me of
us. Don't tell me! You can explain!
Whoa!
If you'll excuse us, Madeline.
Whoa!
Something wrong, Miss Pryor?
Whoa!
Sorry. Mine just drifted a moment.
Mind drift indeed.
Oh yeah, she could see all of that.
How long has it been happening?
a month, maybe. I was checking in after she moved overseas, but we ended up...
Go to Genosha. Be with my clone.
Ooh. On camera.
What you saw on the astral plane was confusion, Jean. She's the mother of my son.
Do you love her?
I
Yeah.
love both of you.
Yeah.
You don't trust your memories. Do you even love me?
My love for you is the one thing I remember amid this pain and insanity.
Remember? Or feel? Do you love me, Jean? Or am I just a lovely memory?
Oh boy. Oh!
Jean! What is it?
What was it? You can't do that and then change.
You gonna accept his offer?
Queen of Hearts.
And if I can play a bigger role and better in the world, that's the whole reason I became an X-Man.
You never wanted to make things official. I respected that. I played the swamp rat.
And I played your share. Every time, looking at you, seeing all the things I couldn't do.
Like telling Gambit the dang truth.
I can't touch you, Remy. Your heart may beat for me, but I can't feel it. You light up everything you touch, but never me.
Oh, God.
Something's a bit deeper than skin, Cher. I wager that fool will break your heart in two.
Gambit always knows the odds. That it?
In this game, he do. Till then, we be friends, mon ami. Just friends.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
Assemble the council. We need to talk.
Oh.
My former prosecutor has likely taken issue with your choice for chancellor.
Most other nations don't allow a terrorist to be their leader.
Yet so many allow their leaders to be terrorists.
Oh. Burn.
Magneto accepted only on the condition that we ask one of the X-Men to govern with him. Rogue.
What did she say?
Oh, here she is. Okay, girl. Get out of the way, Cooper. Oh. I'm sorry, Gambit. I adore Gambit, and I want better for him. This song is bomb. Sounds like the Ace of Base song. It's very open and out there for everyone to see. Just... I mean, they're putting on a show. Yeah, what is up with that? What keeps happening?
What is it?
Did that say Cable? What is happening? Did Emma Frost see any of that?
Thanks for the dance, Sugar. But Remy was right. Some things are deeper than skin.
Ooh, I don't know if Magneto's gonna take that well, especially so public.
Turn it off. The music. Get everybody out.
I'm sorry, was that Cable?
Kill the music.
Cable?
You have to get everyone out. He's coming.
Who's coming? Cable, what's going on?
Body slide 1.
No, not again.
Eyes. You made it.
I'm so sorry, Mom.
Sorry for what?
Yeah, sorry for what? Oh, God! Oh! Oh my God, what just happened?
What in tarnation?
Oh God. Is that Apocalypse?
Get to the gardens! Hurry!
Oh, it's just a Sentinel. Okay. No! Oh God, Kurt!
Rogue!
Remy.
She doesn't have her gloves on.
So are you.
Gambit, how many?
Too many. So many. Some vile Godzilla sentinel. You go at it, you end up dead. We're trying to evacuate folks now, but the Morlocks, they stuck in the bay.
A promise was made.
But why did Cable say I'm sorry? Did he bring the Sentinels here? Can we stop killing mutants, please?
I draw its fire away from the gardens. We shall not live our days wondering if we could have saved more.
Never much cared for roulette.
Then how about we spice up them rules?
Wow, there's so many Sentinels. Come on, with all these mutants, like nobody can defeat them at all. I know they said they couldn't even make a dent, but like, there's got to be people that are just as strong as Rogue and Gambit. Probably not as strong as Magneto. Through Xavier's statue. Go! Oh God. So is the multi-headed one master mold? Oh, beautiful.
We shall be avenged!
Oh.
Leech knows Callisto will find us. If not her, Magneto. He promised Leech would never be scared again.
The X-Men are no friends to the Morlocks.
Mutants located.
Oh god. Come on, Gambit. Oh! God, I love Gambit so much.
Bonsoir, mes amis. Now kindly follow me.
Oof. Good job, team.
Omega level threat detected.
Omega level threat detected. Wow.
No! Too dangerous, dear!
Oh, Gambit. Oh, Gambit. Oh, Gambit.
Don't you dare, Eric! You hear me?
He's trying to protect us, Rogue!
Yeah. What are you doing?
Hab keine Angst.
Omega threat eliminated.
What does that mean? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god!
Gambit, see your bet and raise it!
Oh god, Gambit, what are you gonna do?
The cards always be in my favor!
Mutant intruder neutralized.
Neutralized. Not eliminated.
Gambit, mon ami.
Oh wow.
Remember it.
What just happened to Gambit?
To reiterate for those just returning to us, regardless of your stance on recent world events, the images you are about to see may be disturbing.
It was so wonderful when they got there.
Sugar. I can't feel you.
Oh god. There's no end credit or anything. So somebody like losing their powers, like Storm is devastating, but like, you know, when Rogue can touch him, it's because he's dead. And I'm a firm believer of no body, no death, and that was definitely a dead body. Okay. How does one move on from a 30-year-old crush? I can't. Gambit is like the one that I've been like, I wasn't like a huge fan of, God, I could see his face. I can't remember his name. Magic Mike, whatever his stupid name is. Him playing Gambit and Gambit getting his own movie, and I was so upset just because I wanted a Gambit movie, because I wanted more Gambit, because there's so much more to him than just being like this suave guy, and that he was like always so powerful. And their love is more than skin deep. Oh, and it took her very publicly giving Magneto what he wanted instead of... And it was her that didn't want to make the commitment because she knew she couldn't give him probably the one thing that, like, you know, she wanted, which was to have a more physical and intimate relationship that way. And what they have is actually more of a bond than she will ever have with Magneto. And when she says, I can't feel you, it reminded me of Wanda and Vision. This is one of those go scream into a void moment to like get like all the emotion out so I could stop crying. Okay. I've got to get myself together. Because obviously I'm gonna watch the next episode. Although we didn't get anything with Storm in this one, so what makes me think that the next episode's gonna give us any bit of comfort when it comes to Gambit? Probably no comfort at all. Stop it! No, we didn't see Magneto's body, so, and I don't think that we're going to lose Gambit and Magneto in the same episode. Sorry. I mean, it was really very Magneto to manipulate a situation so he could get what he wanted, and kind of seemingly give Rogue what she wanted, even though once she had it, she realized that it wasn't the same that she had with Gambit. And, you know, Kurt, and I can't think of his damn name right now, but, you know, I just remember Alan Cumming playing him in the movie, and he was so perfect. He was so perfect. I love Kurt. Actually, I'm gonna look it up, because I'm tired of feeling stupid all the time. Nightcrawler. I was like thinking of the morph was coming into me, but then I was just like, what does it mean when they like jump from one thing to the other? And it really had nothing to do with that. But him like saying like it's very obvious that you two love each other, and I can't blame her for like wanting to be with somebody that she can touch, but the depth of feeling just isn't there. And she might have admired Magneto, but she didn't love Magneto. She loved Gambit. Oh my god. And then Madeline and Cable and him saying, I'm sorry, Mom. And did he bring the Sentinels from the future? Because like it didn't, like the multi-headed Sentinel, I was like, is that Master Mold? Like I kind of don't know what happened there. I feel like he did bring them from the future. And that's kind of what Jean and Madeline were both kind of simultaneously feeling in that moment, was like something from the future was happening, and they couldn't, because they're kind of sharing, I don't want to say sharing a consciousness, but they're able to tap into that plane. And getting mad at Scott for still communicating with Madeline, like, I understand Jean's anger, but then also he has been with Madeline this whole time and had a child with her, and you can't let it go that easily. And I get her anger about it, but then she kissed Wolverine, and he's just like, no, you know, like it was just a lapse or whatever. You know, I'm so used to Wolverine kind of being a little bit of the aggressor in that situation that, you know, I thought for sure he'd take advantage of her in that moment, and she actually took advantage of him in that moment. And, you know, like it's very interesting that this is like a remember episode, because, you know, Scott saying, do you remember loving me, or do you actually feel it? And then Gambit saying, the name's Gambit, remember it? Well, Genosha's been attacked. The whole idea of like the documentary at the beginning, I really like that to shed light on the fact that mutants are humans with just, you know, abilities, that they still have human complications. And Scott kind of going off and kind of, you know, because like he's always the Boy Scout, like what Wolverine says, but him kind of lashing out and saying, you know, that almost that they're better than the humans. That's not really a Scott comment as so much as being frustrated of the fact that like his son is gone, and the whole scenario of having to give him up, that he even had to do that in the first place, that his life isn't normal like a human life where they get to have a kid and raise a kid and watch them grow up. Like, what's normal for him? Like, he doesn't get to have that. And I get his anger with that. It was very unfortunate that it was caught on camera. I think, I don't know if Madeline is going to share her vision of Cable, not vision, if she is going to share in a vision that she got to see Cable, that Nathan survived, if she's going to share that with Jean and or Scott. I think Scott, like, knowing that Nathan makes it and that he appeared from the future as an older man, that he became something great. And then also Cable knowing that that was his mother. How did he know that Madeline was his mother? I mean, I'm sure he grew up knowing who his mother was somehow, but like, I don't know, like, is she in contact with him in the future? And so they have a relationship, and him coming back into time is obviously long before that happens. But like what was that whole jump? I'm not quite sure. That's why I definitely want to watch the next episode. And then just seeing the devastation of Genosha, because, you know, arriving there, seeing all of these mutants being able to act as themselves and be open and have fun and experience, you know, just freedom. It was very beautiful. It looked like a utopia. You know, they're like Magneto is right signs, and, you know, wanting to name him Chancellor. Now, I know having Emma Frost around, and so we got like the whole... What is his name? Kevin Bacon. whoever Kevin Bacon played in that movie. I always forget his name. But we got those players kind of in this whole thing. I don't know if some of them died. It looked like part of the council was dead when Gambit was talking about that he couldn't save the group that Magneto said would be safe. Gosh, I have like such a lapse because I'm so heartbroken right now. I mean, your power is getting taken away. I always believe that there's a way to get that back, but I don't think they're gonna bring somebody back from the dead. I've got to get a grip, and I've got to watch the next episode. I don't think I have to fix any makeup. Maybe repair some eyeliner by chance. But definitely, I was not expecting that. Nightcrawler's parents are Mystique and Azazel? I didn't know that. Sorry, I still have the thing about Nightcrawler up on my screen. Yeah, so if you want to watch a full-length reaction to this episode, it'll be on my Patreon. Emotional damage. Gosh, it's been a very emotional couple weeks on the channel. Lots of crying. But in the meantime... Sorry, my brain, I have to maybe go for a walk or go eat a sandwich and stare at a wall for maybe a good 20 minutes and then come back and regroup, because right now my brain can't get around the fact that we just lost Gambit, one of my favorite X-Men, one of the X-Men that had my heart from the beginning. You know, you have your tier of favorites, and it was always Cyclops, Professor X, and Gambit. And only one of those is really around, and one died, and one is just gone. And the one that's around is having himself a hard time. And maybe we'll have a fun Jubilee episode. I doubt it. I think it's just going to get more traumatizing the more I watch, which, good. I think it should hurt, because that's how meaningful these characters are. A phenomenal series. I can't thank Marvel enough for putting this, together, bringing this back. And, even if I don't recognize certain things, or certain people, or, remember storylines, I thought it was Apocalypse that showed up. But I don't think that was Apocalypse. I don't know. Are you here for facts? I don't think so. You guys were here to watch this episode to watch me cry. Sickos. Okay. But you know what? Come back here for the next episode. I'm going to watch it here in a little bit. I think I just need a little bit of sugar and... Oh, sugar. You know what? I'm going to go take a quick break, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to watch episode 6. You guys are going to have to wait a whole nother week for it. Sorry. That's the way the dominoes are going to fall today. Them's the breaks. I don't know what else to tell you. But guys, come back here for the next episode and all the trauma that follows. And in the meantime, I'll see ya.